Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, and welcome back to another video for Overwatch. It's been a while since my last one, but today the Halloween event has gone live, and I think we jump in and take a look at the new skins, because there are skins for some of the characters, not all of them, but some of them. There are also some emotes, and you also get a free Halloween loot box, as you can see here. This is the screen you're greeted with, so if you could continue, go to loot box, we can open our very own Halloween loot box. So we're going to open this first one here, right to begin with. If we go here, let's do it. Predictably, from the free one, I'm not going to get any skins, obviously. But anyway, box is open, so of course if you want to get any more, you can buy loot boxes from today until the 1st of November, so that's how long the event runs for. But let's go and take a look at the hero gallery. So as mentioned, there are skins for some of the characters, and there are emotes for the other ones. So let's start with skins. So if we go to Anna, she has a Halloween skin. You can see there's a Halloween icon right by it, and she has the ghoul skin, which is really, really cool actually. I'm liking the whole sort of like black and orange look on her coat, plus the actual sort of pumpkin mask, or the demon mask, however you want to kind of put it. And if we then go and look at her weapons, then you can see that it's got a spider's web on it. It's all in orange, looking pretty cool. So that is her skin. If we then go back and take a look at her emotes as well, she has a candy emote, so you can drop that out. That's pretty cool. And she also has a victory pose as well. You can see her holding her teacup there, so that is pretty cool. Then jump back to Bastion. Bastion also has a skin. He has a jump here. Looks really cool. He's got the Rest in Peace tombstone on the front. He's got this whole sort of stone look to him. Instead of having the normal bird, he's got a raven on his shoulder. Nice kind of black and purple colour scheme. For his weapon, this is what it looks like. And then go back from there, he doesn't have an emote, but he does have a victory pose. So you can see his head poking out the gravestone. So there's obviously going to be a running theme with these ones. After that, Diva, unfortunately, she doesn't have a skin or an emote, but she does have a victory pose. You can see there, she's making a little peace sign outside the gravestone. So once again, that's kind of nice. As mentioned, not all characters will get skins, so at least sort of like the ones that don't have skins will have some other options. Same thing to be said for Genji. He doesn't have any skins, but he does have a victory pose, again holding his sword outside the gravestone. It's really cool how the dragon like swoops around it as well. It's a nice touch. Then Hanzo, he does actually have a skin. I actually really like this one. This is Demon Hanzo. So the actual kind of costume itself isn't too different. It's just got the white colour scheme. He's got a demon on his shoulder, but he's obviously got the zombified skin tone with a slightly different tattoo as well. I'm liking the sort of Japanese demon, the Onis over there. And he's got like the red colour scheme down his feet. So that's kind of cool. Looking at his weapon as well. He has a black and red bow. And then go back from there, he also has a victory pose, but he does not have an emote. So his bow is by the grave. After that, moving on to Junkrat. He does have a skin. He is actually one of the kind of main events for this one. Dr. Junkenstein, or Junkenstein. He looks so awesome. Actually reminds me of like Dr. Freeze to a certain extent from Batman. But he's really cool because there's actually a game mode which we'll take a look at afterwards with him in, and it revolves around playing as other characters, trying to stop him from, I think, breaking down the doors or something, but we'll take a look at that afterwards. Anyway, he's the crazy scientist, so that's him. His weapon looks like this. And then jumping back from there, he also does not have an emote, but he does have a victory pose. Once again, any of the ones that do have victory poses, they're all going to be the gravestone, but they have the thing there. You can see his tires right behind, the trap is on the top, and his leg poking out from the bottom. Moving on from there to Lucio, he also does not have a skin or an emote, but he does have, once again, a victory pose. So you have the hand with the gun poking out the grave. Moving on to the next one, Mccree, same thing. Victory pose is basically all he has. So you have a gun poking out from there with his head on top of the tombstone. After that, May, once again, a victory pose for her. Her little like freeze bot just floating above her hand. Then Mercy, she does have a skin. This is one of the ones that a lot of people are going kind of crazy for. This is her witch skin, so that looks very awesome. So obviously you've got the black and orange wings behind her. She's got a witch hat and the book down there. But also the cool thing about her weapon is it's actually a broomstick this time around. So it's not just a kind of colour variation, it's actually a broomstick. So that looks really, really sweet. And then on top of that, she also has a tombstone, much like all the others. Then Farah up next, she also has a skin. She has a skin down here, Possessed. This is really liking the colour scheme on this one actually. It's obviously purple, glowing purple. She's got, again, the zombified sort of skin tone. White eyes there, and then she's got the standard helmet there. But yeah, definitely really liking the look of this one. So that is her Halloween skin. And as for her victory pose, then her tombstone has some wings, her helmet's down there, and her hand is poking out the bottom. Reaper, next up, is an obvious candidate for skins. He definitely has one right down the bottom. Pumpkin, This is super awesome. Reaper is one of the characters that I play as the most, so I definitely want to make sure that out of all of these ones, I do snag this one. He's got a pumpkin as his head. His guns look really awesome if we take a close look at those. Again, with a little pumpkin inside, candles on the top. Really nice touch on that one, but then going back to him, he's even got the high collar as well. So, very Halloween. I think this is probably my favourite one so far of the whole lot. So yeah, really liking that one. And again, his victory pose is actually him just climbing out the grave. So that's quite ominous. I also realised I forgot to show you Farah's weapon. So that is what her rocket launcher looks like. Then moving over to Reinhardt, he again has a skin. He has the Cold Heart skin. And this is very, very awesome. He's obviously got like the ghostly glowing face, so you know it's obviously dead Reinhardt. He's back to haunt us and whatnot. He's got cracks all over his armor with this the ghouly sort of blue glowing through, but that is very cool. And his weapon is a hammer, but with the sort of same matching color scheme. And as for his victory pose, then his hammer is much taller than the tombstone. His fist come out of the ground, so that is what his victory pose looks like. And while a lot of the other guys haven't had them, he does also have an emote, and it looks a little bit like this. Smashes the pumpkin as it comes down. Let's try and turn that around so you can get a better look at that one. Bam! So there, that's his emote. Then moving on to Roadhog, he also has a skin. He is our Frankenstein monster. He is Junkenstein's monster. He obviously has the mask on the front. Really suits him there. He's got this temperature gauge or something like that hanging down. Slightly different hook as well. If we take a look at the weapon specifically, that is what his gun looks like. It's got a chain hanging out the front. Does look pretty cool. This isn't one that I'm a massive fan of, but it is kind of one of those drastic changes, so I do think it's still a cool skin. It's just not my my cup of tea. And on the victory pose side of things, then same deal. His hand coming out, hook wrapped behind the tombstone, so that is what that looks like. Then after that, moving over to Soldier 76, he also has a skin, Immortal, so pretty standard his one. He's got a really cool jacket on, obviously with like a demon face on the back, all in red, with the pale skin, looking like a vampire, so kind of basic for him, but still does look cool, and that's the colour scheme for his weapon. And as for his victory pose, he has this, so gun held right high outside the grave, and also no emote for him. So finally moving over to Symetra, I think she's one of the last ones that has a skin, so she has the vampire skin. Again, kind of basic on this one, but I do think it suits her really well. I prefer sort of Symetra's more basic skins anyway, but still the pale sort of skin tone. She's got bats on her tights. She's also got a red glow to her visor, looking pretty evil. And yeah, so that is her. And then her weapon looks like so. And as for her victory pose, once again, that is her. See her little kind of turrets all the way around the tombstone. And then she's holding a little glowing orb right above there. Then moving on to Torbjorn. Unfortunately, he does not have a skin, which is a bit of a shame. I think he could have had like a really cool Halloween skin. So I'm hoping he doesn't miss out on Christmas. But he does, of course, have a victory pose. So pretty simple. Hammer on the top. Hand coming out. So that is Torbjorn. As for Tracer, she also does not have a skin, which is a bit of a shame. I thought she would have been kind of like one of the ones that they tend to always give her skins because she's like on the cover and whatnot. But anyway, she does have a victory pose. Again, her goggles up there. Both hands coming out. But that is all you have for Tracer. Then for Widowmaker, she also does not have a skin, despite the sort of Halloween nature. Maybe it's because they sort of already thought she was slightly Halloween-y anyway. But she does, of course, have a victory pose. Her legs are this time coming out the top, and her little poison spider stuck on the tombstone. Then moving over to Winston. Winston also doesn't have a skin. He does, however, have an emote, which is the Shadow Puppets one. So he uses his feet to make shadow puppets. Let me see if I can turn that around to actually make it work. There you go. You can sort of see the light at the bottom. He's trying to sort of make shadow puppets with his feet, with his toes in the light. So that is it's kind of funny. And then, of course, the victory pose. Just a big enraged hand coming out the ground. Almost there. Zarya, she does not have a skin, nor does she have an emote, but she does have a victory pose. This is her making her strong arm pose, and a big gun resting up against the side. And the last one, Zenyatta. Zenyatta does have a skin. He is the final one for us, Skullyatta. I'm loving the sort of sad look on his face. I kind of wish they had made all the orbs or the balls around skulls as well. But regardless, the whole black and white skeleton theme does make him look really cool. And as for his weapon, well, that is that's what they look like. And moving back from there to the victory pose, then this is what he has. So they are all the skins, the loot boxes, the kind of customization options you have with the Halloween event. Just a quick thing on the actual event itself. If you actually go to play, you can go all the way down here to Junkenstein's Revenge. And if we go down here to the details, you can see that the event itself is you have 4 heroes, Ana, Hanzo, Mccree, and Soldier 76, and you can only have 1 of each hero per team. There's no hero switching, and you have to keep the castle doors from being destroyed. So I'll check that out later, probably in another video, but for the time being, that is basically the event itself. So it runs from today until the 1st of November, so if you want to grab anything, then make sure you get your loot boxes while you still can. Those are the skins, those are your options. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what your favourite ones are, and if you guys have been getting any loot boxes, then let me know if you've got anything good. But thanks for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.